What up, what up, what up? Welcome to 94 Feet with Coach JT. Man, do me a favor. Leave a like in the comments below. Subscribe to the podcast. Let me know what you think as we continue to grow and just put some work in this podcast, man. Man, just to intake my time, get this right, man, because this young man's resume is definitely one to remember. From the Bay Area, Oakland, California, but came down to Sacramento to bless us with his talented skills. I got a chance to coach against this young man, seen him play at a high level, but also just watch him grow. While at Grant High School, I'm going to jump to his senior year. After overcoming ACL injury his junior year, he averaged 21 points a game, 10 rebounds as a senior. After high school, again, those numbers are crazy. After high school, he ended up at University of Nevada, Reno, Wolfpack. First season there, averaged 13 points, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks a game. Second, he got all defensive team, played all defensive team. Also as a freshman, he made the freshman all freshman team. His sophomore year, there 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 blocks, 1 assist a game, and they got to the big dance. This gentleman right now can be found in the Australian Basketball League, summer leagues all over, the Houston Rockets, the Golden State Warriors. Dude's been grinding, man, and he definitely is not a Sacramento-born kid, but I think he's a Sacramento kid at heart, and I definitely appreciate him being on my show. Cameron Oliver. Cam, what's good, man?
Man, appreciate it, man. That was a hell of an intro right there.
Man,
I'm blessed. Man, I'm glad you know.
Appreciate it, man. As we know, and as you know, in that system with Grant played 94 feet, man, we're gonna jump right into this interview and these questions. But man, I'm going for foundation, man. Like day one, from Oakland, coming up. I had a couple guests on my show from that part of town, but just basketball in general, or what other sports did you do and dabble in growing up, coming from the Bay Area and just being an active young man anyway?
Man, honestly, I played it all in Oakland. I played baseball, football. I was really a baseball time, and I mean, so I grew right in the smack middle of East Oakland. Right, if anybody know where Royal Park is at, so I grew literally right across the street from Royal Park, okay. 79th, and so that's probably mainly where I learned all 3 sports. Honestly, basketball, football, and baseball. But being around that, had my brothers, kind of really showing me the ropes of certain things, and because they play sports as well, and they kind of played multiple sports and stuff. So having them around and teaching me kind of how things go, and I honestly just learned on my own. Every kind of I kind of just was excelled it a little bit. Football stopped a little bit because of moms. Moms don't want to deal with the injuries and all that, and I was getting hurt almost every other year too. So she's like, nah, we ain't finna keep rocking with football. And baseball was like a real solid sport for me to play. And I wasn't tall back then, so I could fit everything.
Yeah.
Look suitable, I guess.
Definitely.
But then hoop kind of came around. Honestly, man, hoop was always like more of a sport that I just played like for fun. It wasn't really like a serious thing. Like my brothers and my dad played competitively at the time, but it was never really like a main focus. But until I kind of really moved to Sacramento, when I moved to Sac. I don't know, it was something in the air or something, but I grew from 6'1", probably like 6'7" in a matter of a summer. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
So it was a crazy stretch. So then ended up picking up a basketball from there, man, and so I ain't stopped since.
Yeah, definitely. The growth's been crazy, but East Oakland, growing up during that time, man, for you, just development, again, now, not even development, let me just go back to just emulated icons, people you've seen or watched, or anybody that stuck out for you was like, hey, this is why I want to do it. This is what I want to do, or this is, again, GP. I was a big GP, J Kidd fan, just as far as they play off the ball, but just in general, who would you look up to or kind of mimic your game?
Man, it was a lot, honestly, but I played so many sports, so it mattered what sport I play, honestly. So if I was playing baseball, I had my favorite players in baseball to watch. If I played football, it was the same thing. Basketball, same thing. But, I mean, honestly, I watched a lot of high school basketball when I lived in Oakland. My brother went to Oakland Tech.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of people don't know, like, I went to go watch him play all the time. And, like, when Leon Poe was there, Q and Thomas. I don't know Q like that.
I interviewed Q, man. Dude, talented. His numbers was crazy.
Crazy. Q was a beast, man. I used to go up.
Yeah.
All the time,
Shout
watch
out
them.
to Q.
Whatever, But like when my brother was like 02, 03.
He my age then. Yes, he ain't that old, man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he was around that time. So I used to see like Marshawn Lynch all the time going up there. So yeah, it was cool, man, seeing them. Those kind of like those my. So I kind of seeing Leon kind of from there to Cal, and went to Boston, got him a championship. So he was like the person I really kind of looked up to at a point in time. Then I mean, I had my favorite player too. Like I was a big Chris Webber fan. Then I'm a big Shawn Marion fan. I happened to meet Shawn Marion this last week in Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a big Shawn Marion fan.
That's dope. That's crazy.
A lot, man. Like I said, no matter what sport I play. When I play baseball, like, I'm a big Ken Griffey player. Like, I love Ken Griffey.
Yeah.
I love Ricky Henderson.
Yep.
And like Ricky Henderson, he's from the Bay. So I mean, that was perfect right then and there. And then so I play football.
A lot of home team though outside of the big names, but that's what's up though, because a lot of names came right out of that city, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, why not look up to my locals, bro? That's crazy. Griffey and then Henderson was like everybody's favorite. I went to steal a base every time, like Ricky.
Yeah, every time, right?
You got to get off to the base, man. And shout out to Q, man. Q was on the show, dope, but people don't know also they sleep on his music. Q got some dope music. He's talented,
he took a
bro.
different avenue,
He's
man.
talented, man. He's talented.
Shout out to Q, man.
That's
definitely bro, for real.
So you get to Shaq. You said something in the air. Like, at what point did you really like, man, I'm finna dig in a little bit though and get this hoop thing going?
It took a minute. I ain't gonna lie to you. It took a minute for me to kind of really lock in to a point like, no, I can really go somewhere with this. It didn't probably happen until I got hurt my junior year, honestly. When I played my freshman and sophomore year, it was more I'm just playing fun. It was really a bet. A lot of people know about this bet, but I mean, I'm not gonna say it now. But I want to live in Sacramento for some reason. I might have my reasons, but I mean, I ain't gonna explain details.
Go ahead. It's all you. It's all you, man.
I mean, it just was a different feel for me. You know, I kind of had to keep adjusting to different environments, especially living in Oakland. Because in Oakland, I went to school in San Leandro, which is right down the street. So I had to adjust to that, catching the bus all the time, whatever. Kind of like meeting new friends or whatever. Like it's just crazy. I'm not craziness, but just kind of some hard stuff to go through when you're a young age. But when I moved to Sac, it was just my mom. She made a bet with me. She was just like, "All right, this is the last thing we gonna do. You gonna try for the basketball team. If you make the team, you stay." Like, but she knew I was growing.
You was gonna make it.
I played like she knew I was gonna. But me being so naive and like, nah, I ain't finna
she
make
sucking
it. Like,
you.
yeah, she sucking me into doing it. But it was probably one of the best decisions of my life.
Facts.
You know, so definitely shout out to moms for that too. But me meeting everybody that I'm pretty much cool with now. See, I wouldn't have met my wife. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for me staying out here in Sacramento and doing what I did. But coming out here was probably one of the best moves ever in my life.
Things happen for a reason, man. Shout out to the missus and moms. Now, I mean, you know, you've seen the development of people putting hours in, or they say putting work in, right? But during that phase, as you start to, you know, mom got you on the hoop team, got you to play. But then at what point did you really start, as some people say, the greats or the people clocking your hours, like really putting extra time in? Because, I mean, right now, you know, it's unlimited. Kids can train, players can train. You guys can train year-round, all type of day. But back then, I mean, you're not too young, which now you're still old enough to kind of know a little bit of a transition of where you don't always have access to trainers and gyms. And
that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? At what point did you get into that where it's like, I'm putting in this work?
Honestly, is when I met my trainer, AD. I met him from here in high school, and just continually worked with them. They kind of seen the potential. Actually, it was at first really kind of reversed back. It started when I met Denar Wilson.
Okay.
Yeah. Denar randomly seen me at West Gym. I was with my boy Brian, and I was just playing around, just dunking, and he was like, "All right, that's not something usual we see
it's not a regular
especially
thing.
I know Grant High School." So
yeah.
Denar came up there, chopped it up with me, talked to him for a minute, asked me who I was, and just kind of getting the whole spiel from there.
Mm-hmm.
Then Denar is considered one of my day ones to this day. You know, so. Right there, and from there, I ended up meeting another coach named Bruce Robertson, Lee Davis, and ended up linking up with Bobby Jackson, playing for his AAU team and everything. So it all kind of happened rapidly. So I had to get better rapidly, you know. So I had to get better and better, and I was growing at a sufficient
rapid
rate,
rate,
too, you know, at a rapid rate.
Right.
So I'm like, man, this is crazy. So it's kind of all happened to matchmaking in heaven for me a little bit.
Yeah.
So but when I met AD and Trev, they kind of seemed like a lot of potential in me.
Yeah.
From there, and they kind of seen the hunger and how I really wanted to work. And this you see the video here now,
right?
In the gym with them, you know. And we never had a gym till this day. We never really had like a solidified gym we go to. We'll go to Lord's Gym in Southsack. We'll go to Lord's Gym in Roseville. We'll go to some random little elementary school, MLK. We'll go to Grant. We'll go anywhere. So we never had a solidification of an actual gym, which I'm trying to do something for us right now.
Okay,
But
determined to get it done. And didn't stop though either, bro. I mean, you know how some people who try or just give up on it or it don't work out, throw in the towel, right? No throwing the towel. And just something low. I love to man, you gotta ask him that about dunking, man. Who had to show him how to dunk now? I was
Low, he plays a big part in that, for real. Yeah. Low was probably the first person that's really seen me like consistently dunking.
Right.
We had did a drill. He probably mentioned the drill too. The drill where I had to like run to the free throw line, come back, catch and just jump off 1 foot.
Right.
And I dunked it like 15 times.
Yeah.
And Low was like, oh yeah, it's time. You know what I'm saying? He know what it is. So Low put me under his wing as well.
Yeah.
You know, and it was good to have him. He was a young coach that had been through pretty much the whole process of professional leagues and breaking records. Whatever. People we brought around too, like helped me out. Like a lot of his close friends, help me out and guide me to this day. You know, so big shout out to Low, man.
That circle is definitely crucial, man. But it's solid, which is what you needed. Exactly. We all need, right? So that's definitely dope. So let's dig into this Grant High School time, man. Because again, you had a huge growth spurt from, what was it, 8th, 9th grade, or when did the growth spurt happen?
Probably like 9th, 10th.
Okay, so starting out in high school at Grant. Initially, what is your goals and mindset set on as basketball? Or when you get to the playoffs, get sections, or do you have any goals set up for yourself at that point?
At a point, not, because football took over. Grant was a football school.
Yes, so powerhouse.
Yeah, powerhouse, easily.
Yes.
So it was kind of hard to even bring us out that mud of even, but I knew the support was going to be there even if we made it out. But probably not to my junior year when I had like a real sit-down time. And really what I wanted to do with basketball. You know, my junior year, I was like, my senior year, I'm about to go off. I'm gonna take over. You know, and not to a point I'm gonna make it look selfish. I feel cool in my game. You know what I'm saying? And we about to do some crazy stuff. You know, I had to have the right team with me. Like I had the people I play with at Grant is what I play with at AAU. So like we had the chemistry. That makes a big difference in the basketball world for real. So we had chemistry. We had chemistry for about 3 to 4 years. You know what I'm saying? So, but my senior year, then seeing how much we grew. Even my junior, we sat out with my boy DP, Malik, both of the Maliks, Willie, Brandon, Cameron. Like when they went pretty far that year. My junior, when I sat out, I'm like, oh no, we got to go even further.
Yeah.
We got so after that, and I can do it and see how hard it worked to even do it. So I knew I was gonna bring that to the next year. So I think just watching them and see how far they went. They went pretty far, you know, and really broke some records pretty much for Grant basketball, and just had to carry the legacy, man. More than anything.
That's super dope, and I think it's dope how you really kind of adapted to that culture there, knowing like, look, I'm not from here, but I'm from here, and kept going, because Grant definitely the history is dope. And you talk about you had a year to sit down. I mean, on this show, I love to talk about adversity, overcoming stuff, man. And I think I heard about it. I was at Kennedy. My first injury year.
So I went to go play with my boy Tom Tran.
Yes.
Okay. That's having like some pickup games. And,
I remember.
During that time in high school, we all wanted to get on Year's Finals.
Yep.
We all wanted to do Year's Finals, get a mixtape. So my boy Trav was the head dude of Year's Finals. Was coming up there. So I'm like, all right,
gotta get on that.
I'm definitely gonna play. This is around the time I wanted to get my name out there. And who doesn't want a mixtape?
No, that was the hottest thing popping at the time. Like from pro-ams to high school basketball to whatever it was.
Now I don't think they even do mixtapes. Now I just trying to mix it up.
All that whole group,
pretty much the whole SAC team was pretty much playing on that one squad. Then I was trying to do a spin move and dude undercut me. Then it was over with from there. I couldn't move it. And I was like, this is like nothing. Like this is an unusual pain. You know what I'm saying? So then to find out, I tore my ACL. Then that's when the wall hit.
So. And one of my best friends went to actually a similar injury, but on a breakaway, he was already finna lay the ball. Somebody came from behind them, overseas playing pro, but the mental part at that time, because I mean now we're all more equipped or have a little more support or can voice it out loud. But
Yeah, right.
how tough, bro? Because again, knowing what you want to accomplish, knowing what your goals were set to be, knowing that people are relying on, okay, your name is buzzing, bro. It's around 10. Everybody know who's coming, but the mental part at that point, how bad was it for you to kind of? Because you're sitting down for the first time probably in your life, not doing any sport for 6 months.
So it threw a big wrench, man. Honestly, because I already surpassed the adversity of even just living in Sac. Like I told you, I didn't want to be here. Yeah. So I already kind of did the bet with moms, whatever. So I'm getting used and coming to being Cam. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And coming to that type of basketball player. Then bam, another adversity wrench just hit me again. So it was tough because at that point I really wanted to go home, and nothing couldn't tell me no, why am I here now? Like right. I stayed for basketball. And now I can't even play basketball anymore. So like, what am I doing here? Yeah. So that threw a big wrench in my mind. I'm like, I'm always getting hit with some type of adversity, and like it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. So I had to learn that a really a hard way, just because I had to go through injuries at a young age, and it was tough for me. I was sitting on the couch with moms all the time, just crying like I don't want to be here, just making her mad almost to the point how much I cried to her all the time. Because she felt it was her fault that she moved out here. Like, we wanted a different scenery, and now I feel like I'm bad for making this decision. You know? So, but it was all a blessing too at the same time. Right. I mean, because I had a big look in the mirror of myself, man, and figure out what I wanted to do. Actually, that year I ended up meeting my wife in high school, and I think it was Sacramento and stuff like Sacramento in general. Right. You know what I'm saying? And she helped me with that like a lot. She plays a big part in that for me just in high school because what am I here for? Okay, now I'm here now I met a person that kind of knows me. You know what I'm saying? That one that gets to know me. She don't care about the basketball. She ain't even see me play basketball actually, but she care about the person.
From nothing.
You know what I'm saying? For nothing. Like, I'm here for you. You know what I'm saying? So that really helped me out a lot. So I was at a point I was skipping practices to go kick a layer. Just to do it. You know what I'm saying? Just because I don't feel like I can't do nothing to help them right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna focus on this or whatever. And it wasn't like she wasn't staring me wrong. Like we still like stay level headed. You know, we to school, went to class, all exactly. So and that's helped out a lot too, man. And mom's helped out as well as in taking care of me and going through the physical therapy all the time. And I ended up going to Oakland back with my pops to go work out and run the hills and wear like a 40-pound weight vest and whatever. Like the rehab I took serious.
So that was my next question right there. So that again, give me just an example of one of those days of look like for you though. What was you doing?
So pretty much I go to school. After school straight to Kaiser. Then I went to Kaiser for my rehab. Then I did that for like a few hours. Did like a treadmill on a bike. Then I do like my certain stretches, whatever. Then just kind of see the progress. Kaiser was going to see where you at. So, but besides that, then I'll probably leave from there. Probably do that consistently. Then do my exercise at home. Then on the weekend I'll go to Oakland. Then my dad will get the bike for me. Then I'll get he had a 40-pound weight vest. I don't know where it's at right now. I don't know why he don't got it no more. But I had a 40-pound weight vest, and I'll go up these hills. Oakland got a lot of hills. Yep. So I'll ride a bike up. I'll run up the hill, then ride back down, then ride back up, go back down. There's actually a picture I could probably pull up. I got to go through some albums to find it, but there's a picture of me wearing it and everything. But that helped me out a lot. And he seemed at that point in time he was committed to really help me and doing it all the time. And it helped me out. Then going up to Grant all the time, working out. And I actually pushed my process a little too hard. I came back probably sooner as I should have. You know what I'm saying? And but I was just so eager to play. Yeah. And I felt fine. Like ACL injuries is a mental. It's really 90% mental. You're right. Like, it really is. So I feel I got that back to that point finally. And when I seen with the way I was doing everything and dunking and playing in these little showcases, whatever, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm back. It's over. It's over. So I knew the rehab. I took it serious. I took my time. I took about 10 months. Okay. 10 to 11 months. So
that's good. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I took a long period of time. And that was like the year of the ACLs too, because that was like a year like Derrick Rose tore his ACL. Crazy. I think a couple other star athletes tore ACL. My boy Marcellus Howard.
Oh yeah,
he had yeah. It was ACL injuries for real.
That's what's up, man. That's amazing. Like I said, and go through it so early and persevere. Shout out to the support team too, because it took them too. So senior year is coming, man. Y'all have a hell of a senior year. I believe that's the same year we get to Arco when I'm at Kennedy coaching. You guys are playing Folsom.
Yep.
playing Folsom. You guys played before us, matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
But just before I get to that game, just give me a few highlights that stick out for you that senior year. Because, again, it was crazy. Like, I definitely always watching y'all playing. If y'all got to, I don't know if y'all played Break that year or somebody, just playing certain schools. The games was though, but you
gotta look at the mixtape.
A lot of highlights, huh?
Yeah. Look at the mixtape, honestly, but I can't really put my finger on it. I got one moment. My boy Jordan. My boy at all. I think one time somebody asked him to throw one, and he just did it on some angry type stuff. And I caught it from I don't know where I was even at.
Yeah.
Dunked like probably one of the biggest dudes. It was against Chico, I think we was playing against. And that was a real big moment. Put him in the rim real quick. Then it's a lot of moments, man. It was times when my boy Jordan went off for like 40 points one time. My highlights in my senior year was mainly seeing my partners go off.
I love
more than
it.
anything, you know what I'm saying? Seeing my boy Jeremy jump from the free throw line almost, dunking on people, and seeing Jordan and they did crazy and amazing stuff. So that was more my highlights because I kind of was already, whatever I did was almost like a highlight almost.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I dunked, if I shot a three, it just looked crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I knew where I can fit in at a certain point in time, and I knew where they can fit in at a certain time.
So that's for me as a coach and as a basketball former player. That's a super shout out to you, bro. Because if people don't know you, they might not have that perception of you. You were thankful for your teammates' success. That's super dope. But I mean, even now, I can see that now in the play of you right now and where you're at. That's always been you, though. You can just tell. I'm like, yeah, you get the shine. That's super dope, man. But I got to hit that game in Arco. Or that was still Arco back then.
Arco,
that was back then, right? That was Arco. That environment for you, playing on that NBA floor, playing against the top team in the, you know what I'm saying, in the city that year. Just overall experience for you.
It was probably one of the best experiences I had in my life, man. Honestly, that was one of the most scariest moments in my life too, just because I didn't know. I never been on an NBA court before.
It's crazy.
Like, why move this way and I'm still on this one side, or like, why the three so far? Like, it was crazy. So like that kind of all shell shocked us a little bit. It's like, oh well, this is what it's like to play in the league though. Like, this how far you got to shoot. This how much space you got or whatever. Or this how the length of the court. It seems like it's bigger, but it's still like an actual regular high school court. But it was crazy to even be like there and see like all the Folsom supporters too. Like Folsom was.
They was rocking.
Crazy. They was rocking that year. And shout out to my boy Jordan Ford too. He went off that year. That's his sophomore year. That's his freshman. He blew up. He went off. So we knew it was on it too. We knew he was up with Jordan. We knew stuff with other players too. I think he had two other like big men, like football players.
The one big dude, and then Mason was there too. Mason Forbes was there, but the other real big strong
solid,
dude.
Like he was a straight. I'm a screen setter and I'm gonna catch live. Like, that's all I'm gonna do. So
he was a beast.
But no, it was great, man. I mean, it's unfortunate we lost by 1 point. You know, we was right there and actually had the game in our hands too. Honestly,
it was crazy.
It was a crazy moment, but I mean, it was fun too, man. It shell shocked us at first.
Right.
Then when we got started playing, it was like, oh no, we here to win.
Yeah.
We're here to play. You know what I'm saying? So it was fun. It was fun. Probably to make that point. Even I said my junior year. Nah, we gonna come back here. We gonna be here for sure. So
get there.
To even do that, man, it was a special moment.
That's what's up, man. Definitely memories you'll never forget.
Sure.
Before we get on to this college next phase, I want to shout out Clutch Clothing. They're sponsoring us today so I got you and the wifey some t-shirts. My boy Brian right there, Clutch Clothing, got something for you. And, you know what I'm saying? Just support. Be supporting the show and Clutch brand. So y'all hit up Clutch Clothing online, whatever, supporting the podcast and the opportunity. Yeah, saying that, so you definitely moves out there, man. But let's talk after high school, right? So actually as high school ends now this I think is where a lot of now we can get back to our kids, or as far as like kids in the community, stuff like that. You're going again. Your name is buzzing. Highlight package is crazy. What's going on for you as far as recruitment at this point? Getting to back over there, overcoming injury. You know, nowadays kids are getting letters or offers or whatever, verbal commits. What was going on for you at that point?
Recruitment was crazy. Recruitment was like a different avenue I never been a part of. Honestly, just it happened so rapidly. Like it was at a point, I think 2 weeks straight I seen a different college coach. 2 weeks straight, and it was, I just didn't know how to fathoming it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I never had that attention. Like I felt it was going to be like that my junior year, but I didn't play my junior year. So like I didn't. So right when they see me in that summer coming up in that preseason, and now my senior year, it was over. Like they attacked me like wild animals. So it was like real wild animals. So I'm hearing from USC to Santa Barbara to I got Duke one time. And that was I can go to a little story behind that. But Denard had called me, and he was like, "Hey man, I know you're going through a lot, and I know everybody coming out." He said, "But you got to answer this phone call." And I'm like, "What's going on? What you talking about?" Like, he was like, "It's Duke on the phone, bro." I'm like, "Nah, I don't believe you. I don't really believe you." So mine, he said, "Are you gonna believe in the next 5 minutes?" Like after this dude call you. So I'm like, and I'm waiting. I'm like, "Nah, there's no way Duke about to call me." Phone ringing. It's a I think Duke is in North Carolina or something like that. Carolina. So it's a North Carolina phone number. I'm like, "Oh yeah, no, you capping." Like, nah, that's not really about to happen.
You got the code,
and I can't remember the name of the coach. I think it's like something James or something, whatever.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking
about. Black coach at the time, and whatever. And he called. He said, "Hey man, this is such and such. I'm from Duke University." I'm like Duke, like Duke, like this is Duke.
Like stop playing with me.
Nah, this is Duke University, like And he's chopping it with me, and telling me how I could fit in the system and everything, but it kind of fell off. Mm-hmm. In the same amount of time of him making that call, only why it kind of fell off because I feel like he didn't really give me time to think about it.
Okay.
And it was one
the 4 points.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, first. And I changed my whole perspective in a matter of like in 5 minutes. So I was like, well, I mean, I love Duke. Of course, who doesn't want to go to Duke? This is the guideline I want to get to. But at the same time, I'm still dealing with all this other stuff, and I'm still a senior. I still want to finish my senior year. I don't want to jump on. It's almost make it like
you kind of forcing. Leave instantly, right?
Yeah, like it's almost kind of. It was like a forcing of a commitment almost. Like I'm like, you're not going to force me to commit just because you calling from Duke. Cause I'm here from schools, almost equivalent to Duke. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a shot to them, but it was just like more. Let me think about it because you kind of putting out a little bit of my neck a little bit.
And no more I've seen you. I'm like, you're thinking things through though. You weren't rushing decisions, man. You actually were taking time to kind of like, you know what? Do you want to get to know me?
Yeah.
You know what I really got to offer outside of my athleticism or something like whatever you see me as. But and again, how many kids probably they get that phone call, they already go, yeah, I'm gonna commit, but it may not work out for them there.
Yeah. If it was any other kid, like I said, they'd have jumped on it instantly. You know what I'm saying? Facts. But this for me and thinking about like I'm always been a person that cares about me. Like what about me? Like what about the times if I mess up on one time and I'm definitely still in a process of imperfect. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really as
you're talking real life situations. You want to deal with real life, which is again at the high school level. Some kids aren't thinking like so. Whoever again your circle, your people, they got you in the right mind frame, bro, which is super dope.
For real, man. And I mean to go like I said, that quick story, but to go along that, I mean it got even crazier. So like I had narrowed down my 5 to Oregon State. I had Gonzaga in there. I had Arizona. I had Missouri. And I had Arizona State.
Hitters, crazy.
I had those 5 from my top 5, and
that's wild.
Oregon State was like was a school I committed to. That's the school I committed full ride. Met Craig Robinson. Craig Robinson at the time was the head coach. And who people know Craig Robinson? That's Michelle Obama's brother, her only brother.
Right.
So when you see Craig Robinson, you see Michelle Obama. They look. Like she can't. I see kind of Grant. When I see any coach come to Grant,
meet me where I'm at.
Meet me where I'm at.
That means
this is my home. You know what I'm saying? This is where Grant adopted me and put me in here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm never going to leave here. Like I still go to Grant to this day. You know what I'm saying? And for a coach like you and your stature, not even just a coach, just because the fact of who you are, you're sitting in this gym right now. Like that means a lot to me. You know, and it was just one game. And no, he came back the next couple of days. Then he came back the next week. Then he came and then over and over.
He wasn't gonna let you make it.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. So and during the time of the process and what I learned from at the point in time, and actually care about your interests more than just the fact that you was an athlete. Right. Like he was coming meeting moms and talking to her and sitting like. I feel like at a point in time, one practice, he didn't even watch me practice. He was talking to moms the whole time.
Invested in the family is key.
Exactly, man. And I mean, and he did it the right way, And moms fell in love with on top of moms. Is in love with Obama, right? You know what I'm saying? So she like, if my baby can meet Obama and be around this, like that's all that matters. So like, you won me already, And
That's what's
at
up.
that point in time, all I care about is my mom, what she thought about. You know what I'm saying? So like, my very first visit committed right on the spot. So it was just, even when I went there to Oregon State, to where's your home is at, it still felt like home. It still felt like when you was at Grant. You know what I'm saying? So
Dope.
nothing changed with me. And Oregon State at the time is a small school, so all you care about the basketball part, and the basketball part was in a good space. You know what I'm saying? And I knew the school part was going to come how it goes. Of course, going through the process, the tutors and all that, whatever.
Yeah.
Academic advisors and all that. So it made it a great process. I mean, Oregon State was for sure and on top. I knew Walker. He was there. My boy Gary Payton Jr. He was there. So they all made it feel like it was a good home for me, man. But they got fired.
Which as I know, it happens, right?
Yeah,
it's a business.
Yeah, they got fired prior to like the month after I committed to him. So it's like, I'm already going through adversity, bro. Like, I never been through the college process.
Number 3.
This is probably number 3 right now in a matter of 2 years. You know, and this is not no small adversity processes. Like, this is big ones. Like, this is life commitment type processes. You know, I'm like, so what does that mean? You got fired? Like, what does that mean for me? Like, what are you talking about? Like, so it means I'm not gonna be here. Like, I'm not gonna be here, and the people that I was with me not gonna be here either. So I'm like, all right, let me decommit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going somewhere I'm uncomfortable. Right. Well, I decommitted to the process after the head coach. So the new head coach that came there was named Wayne Tinkle. He's still there right now, and I think he tried to kind of reel me in and trying to make it seem like it was the same field with Craig Robinson. But yeah, and it wasn't. I even went to Oregon State. That didn't feel right to me. Like, and with me with my basketball, my career, I want to be in the right mental space. Right. You know, and if that's not right, then I can't perform. Like, you ain't gonna see the Cam you've seen before.
It's
you know
okay to choose yourself as you do. You know what I mean? Be honest with them up front. It's not,
exactly.
You know.
And so I mean, and when that process came around, so I sat out of here. Like, when I sat out of here after my high school year, and started working a regular job. I worked at ACT down the street from here, the call center with my wife.
Really?
I worked at Dollar Tree.
Still get it.
The little cups, all that for a whole year. But I was still working out. I was still going back and forth and working out and whatever, and just keep myself inside of a gym, working out with my bro right here. All the time, working out with my boy Josh, going to Woodland. He had like a little basketball center out there. I used to go out there to Woodland all the time and go hoop and just play the pickup games there and all the time, or just shoot around or whatever. And
still getting to work.
And but he always hit me up all the time. Like, can't you try to work out or whatever, or try to go shoot? I'm there, you know, easily. As long as I ain't got to work that day or something, whatever, then I'm there. But so that already kind of threw me and. Doing that year, am I still gonna even go to college? Am I just gonna be a 9-to-5 person? This is hoop on the side, like. But I'm so talented. I'm a cashier at Dollar Tree, bro. So I'm like, I'm 6'8", bagging groceries. Everybody like, Cam, like, what you doing? Like, and it's like, well, if I'm living at my mama's house, I either gotta work or I gotta go to school.
You gotta do
something. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm not doing, like, I'm not technically what I'm supposed to be at right now. But I mean, I'm getting there. It's what I'm doing. So I'm at a point in time in my life. I'm thinking mentally, like. What am I doing? Like, I already sat out a year. I'm already trying to get used to sack. I don't like sack no more. I'm going. It's crazy, man. So, I mean, luckily I still had the recruitment process, and I mean, I had a call from her too. At Dollar Tree one time, she was like, "All right, you finna go to college. Like, we can't. You don't need to be doing what you're doing right now. A 9-to-5 is technically really not for you." You know, so Denar ended up picking it up for me, and my shout out to he like my uncle. His name is Ato. Everybody know who Ato is. Yeah, like he the head of AAU pretty much. He's the godfather of AAU. Yeah. So he like my uncle. Okay. So I ended up connecting with him more. I ended up playing with Content Magic actually around for AAU, and so he ended up getting the whole Nevada things kind of working for me as well. So I ended up taking a small coach staff. Yep. And he's recruiting at Arizona State. So, and I had Arizona State in my top 5.
He already was in there a little bit.
And so he knew about me. So he actually knew a lot about me. But one of my coaches from Oregon State named Doug Stewart ended up getting a job in Nevada. So it kind of all worked in his own way. So I was like, well, I already know Doug. I know Eric Musselman, from he know about me, whatever. He got a new head coaching job. My Doug is about to be the head assistant. this is a win-win situation.
Fit,
and
right?
on top of that,
Fit.
it's like an hour and a half away. So I'm not even waiting from the crib like that much either. So I went to an unofficial visit, end up and fell in love, man, pretty much. And it was kind of just history was wrote after that, man. So,
how'd you deal with the cold weather up there when it got cold?
I
the snow.
I hated it. We struggled so much in the snow all the time. We fell in ditches. This time I couldn't go to school because my car was built in snow.
Yeah.
All that sliding down the stairs. Everybody, man, it was bad. It was bad. I had to start getting big jackets and all that stuff, whatever.
Yeah, that's all. So my older sister went to UNR too, so I definitely take. We got some
you
family
get all
there.
4
Yeah,
seasons
it was
up in Reno.
crazy. Numbers, bro. Like, actually, give me this though. From high school, sitting out a year, working out, training, whatever, to get into UNR, what was the biggest thing you said you think personally you had to improve on or work on to be able to get on the floor and be effective instantly at the college level, at the college D1 level? Like,
I honestly just kept playing the same way I was playing in high school my senior year. Catching lobs, shooting. I worked a lot on my shooting during that time. But what's crazy though, when my freshman year I played, I didn't shoot that much. But I worked a lot on my shooting. But this is where you lock this. I was just instantly whatever. Like, oh, you ain't finna do me, bro. I'm gonna take your legs out tight. I'm like,
avoid all them situations.
I'm good, bro. I don't want to mess with you, dog. So, but I surround myself around those type of people. Like, I make sure, and the people around me make sure I kind of stay safe too. Like, nah,
Smart.
Cam, all right, chill out, bro. Like, or you better stop dunking on everybody or trying to keep.
You know how that can go, right?
Relax, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, I kind of play the same way my senior year, man. And being in a college standpoint, you know what I'm saying? Being like a college system, like the weight room and running track and all or whatever. Like, I ain't never did that before. So
I was about to ask you that, because give me your weight though from the time you graduated. By the time you left college, though, what was your weight when you first got into college?
Oh, well, I was about like 200, probably 215.
I was about to say, 190.
Probably a little less than less than 200.
I swear, I was like, what is this dude eating right now? But it's that college, right? I'm like, shoulders and got, you know what I mean? So, and then when you left, how much did you weigh?
I was probably 225.
225.
Probably 230.
It's crazy. But still bouncy as hell. That's the crazy part, right? Still can move and play.
I had reached the high. I had got the highest vert. I reached like a 42.
It's crazy. Your second year there, when you get to win your conference tournament, that little take me through that little trip, because I had another guy. I talked to Q about that. I talked to Darnell Jackson. Shout out to D Block. Different guys who won their conference tournaments and little runs. Actually, even Darius Graham when he won his little conference.
D Graham.
But take me through that little phase of going to that conference tournament, because you know, right? If you win, for sure, you know, if you're always ranked or whatever, you get whatever. But you win, you automatically get a bid. Just take me through that little journey. Them 4 games, I believe, it took you 3 games to get to that championship.
Shoot, my sophomore year was probably the. Well, I could reverse back to my freshman year, honestly, when we first played in it, and because I heard Nevada never got past the first round, so I'm like, oh, you definitely getting past the first round with me. You know, like, no, it's gonna happen. I even told my boys like DJ Fenner and Marquise Coleman and all those guys that was upperclassmen that been here and been through the struggle. I'm like, no, we finna get to the first round messing with me, bro. Like, it's gonna happen. I promise you. I told them that, like, no, I'm gonna promise you this. And so when we played against my freshman, we played against New Mexico, and New Mexico was like one of the top teams in the conference at the time, and we beat them, and I went off, like, and I have to got like 26 and 15, like 4. So I'm like, nah, we're gonna, and I got like the game winning block. So I was like, oh yeah, like, I'm serious, man. Like, I'm really for real. So like, to even see that moment, like after the moment, I dropped down to my knees, was like, yo, I kind of just did something crazy. Like, to even see that everybody coming towards me, like, bro, like, you know what you just. But I locked in. Like, I just locked in and went straight to it and told everybody I made a promise, you know, like, and it's gonna happen. So, but anyway, the next game we ended up losing San Diego State, and they had a stack team.
On that team?
My boy Dakari was there.
Oh,
Allen.
Okay.
Who else is there? I think Chris Shepard. I can't think of more names. Diero was there. I know they both from Dakari and Diero both from Sac. With the Sheldon.
Okay.
Malik Pope was on that team.
Loaded.
Man, it was a loaded team. That's probably one of the best teams that year.
Yeah.
So we ran into them, and they ended up going crazy on us. But it was just accomplishment, the fact we made it past the first round.
Let me ask you this though, just the way you speak about that drive, determination, man. Where does that part come from? in you or from you? Because again, you're talking about you went through a year sitting out, working 2-3 jobs, whatever you had to do, work AT&T, you get to Nevada, you got to go to work. Then you speak it to existence, but then you hold your end of the bargain up though. Like that take a lot of grit, grind, whatever. But where does that come from?
Man, honestly, that's just kind of just naturally in me. You know, I think during that time when I sat out, I mean, mind you, I already went through like some three adversities right then and there. Mm-hmm. And I feel like during that time, people forgot about me. I feel like nobody just knew who I was anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if I say what I'm going to do, I'm going to stand by it and do it. You know, and I had a lot to prove too. You know, I wanted to prove people like, nah, I'm about this. Like I can really play basketball and I can do something crazy with it. You know, and I want to make sure whatever I do, something's going to stick. You know, like if I have 2 points. And that 2 points was me putting somebody in the rim. Oh, I best believe you know that. Oh, you can't put somebody in the rim that game too. You know, but I always want to be that person. You know what I'm saying? And I just always wanted to be able to kind of stick out in a certain way. And I feel like if I put my mouth to it, you got to put your work to it as well. You know, so
super dope.
And so on top of that, I felt good in myself. So like you can't really make a promise like that to anybody if you're not feeling good within. You know, yes, so I felt good about my game. I knew nobody could mess with me like right at this point in time. I had a real, you feel me, like Grant, Oakland mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's different.
If we at Grant, we different. We different. You know what I'm like? We ain't had nothing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So it's just we gonna prove to you that we about this. You know, and I feel like that stuck with me all through my life, man. All to where I'm at right now. You know, like me going to high school at Grant, living. I'm not saying living in Del Paso Heights, but smack in the middle of the Heights. You know what I'm saying? And being from Oakland, like. It wasn't nothing too far away from each other, you know.
No
like
red
Oakland,
carpet. No red carpet.
No
treatment.
red carpet.
You had
no
to go
red
get
carpet.
it.
So I just stuck to my guns, man, and you gonna know who I am, bro. You know, and I'm gonna make sure if you don't see it, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it as well too. I talk a lot. I ain't gonna lie, I do. Yeah. But I turn it to a motivation though. Like I turn it to like it's gonna fire me up. You don't know what I'm doing, but I'm making you mad, but I'm firing myself up too. So it's all hell breaking loose in a minute. You know what I'm saying?
It shows too. It shows. So you get that tournament bid your sophomore year. Talk to those guys to get on that trip and wherever you guys play that, take that flight, get that treatment. What was that for you like personally though?
It felt great, man. Them 3 games that we played in that tournament, we was already a hot team. We was the best team in the conference already. Yep. So we really just rode that hot streak. Honestly, I mean, the only team we lost to in the conference was like I think it was like Utah State. Mm-hmm. I think it's the only 2 teams we lost to. I think we lost to Colorado State one time as well. But we was hot, man. We was a hot team, and we just kept that wave going, and we knew coming to this tournament we got the number 1 seed and everything. Like everybody gonna want to beat us, you know. So we're gonna keep playing how we play, and it happened to work the way it did, man. And we all stuck to like I said, we stuck to ourselves. Nobody kind of went outside of their game. You know, everybody stuck. We had a shooter. We went to our shooter. We had a dunker, lob threat, or whatever. Mm-hmm. Went straight to me. We had a point guard. I facilitate. Went straight to him. Score. My boy DJ was a scorer. We went straight to him. You know what I'm saying? So we had pieces, and we gelled together really, really well. Yeah. So having that treatment of going from like, I mean, we got on the bus going because our first tournament game was in Milwaukee. So if we got on the bus, we getting police escorted all the way through the airport. People taking pictures, almost like a parade almost. We're like, what is going on? Like, it's crazy. Like, if Reno was popping, like, it was popping, especially for the basketball-wise, and it's a small city, so everybody was like, we're a pro sport team, so it was like everybody loved us. And going from there, I'm not going to lie, our plane was pretty bad. It was bad. Like, we had a private plane,
but it wasn't.
But our seats were sliding. Like, it was kind of bad. Like, we had everybody on that plane, from the cheerleaders to the dance, drill, whatever they are, like to the staff, the media, everybody's on this one plane. So I'm like, if something happened, it's over. Like it's a lot of people on this plane. Then on top of that, the seats were sliding. I'm like, oh no, the flight wasn't too wet. And on top of it's like 5 hours too. So I'm like, oh, it's a long flight to be sliding. Like
that's tough.
I don't like it. But
crazy.
Besides going there and we playing at the, coming in and seeing all the pictures being taken and. You know, the red carpet was really rolled out for us, man, honestly, for all the teams I was playing there at that point in time. But seeing our nameplates coming in and walking in, I stuck my nameplate to this day for March Madness, man. But it was a great feeling. And but we felt like we belonged, too. Like, no, we worked hard for this, you know, so we're gonna show out.
Family's big to you. I can tell. I can see it. And I always ask this question. How was that feeling for you to succeed, but for them to see it and like, you know what I mean, kind of do it for them and, you know, your moms and wifey and them. How did that make you feel though?
It's the greatest feeling in the world. There's no feeling past it.
Respect.
All my son want to do is play basketball. And that's all he do is pick up basketball. He see me picking up a backpack. He see me pick up this diaper bag. Like, yo, daddy, you about to go work out? Like, it's already installed in him, and I want that just to know, like, your dad never quit either. You know what I'm saying? Like, your dad gonna keep playing until his legs is falling off. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you that whatever you determined about, go get it, and don't no plan B or plan C gonna stop you from your plan A right now. If you want to go with your plan A, you can get your plan A easily. You know what I'm saying? And as long as you stay focused and stay determined and never quit, man. And to see them at the games all the time, they be falling asleep at the games. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You know, but
it's them in the presence.
The fact they can be there, like my daughter, my newborn daughter, she just came to her first game in the summer league, and she already going to sleep, getting used by the sound. It's so loud in here, but
it ain't bothering her.
It ain't bothering her. You know what I'm saying? And even my other daughter and my son, you know, like they just it's used to it. They're used to it. You know, so it's a good feeling to even see them and to wear my jerseys and to see how much impactful I am to not only just to them, but to even other kids and other players. They be like, well, that's my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wear my dad's jersey or whatever. Like, what's going on? Dope. So it's a great feeling to me, man, to know, like, yeah, man, your dad ain't never going to quit. I'm never going to quit or something that I don't want to get.
And I always like to keep it real and keep it a stack on the show. Just in life, anyway, right? I think it's a blessing to still be here. I mean, it's people I'm sure you went to school with, man, who are not here, who are athletic, who weren't athletic, but just guys still to this day. You know, value life, value the process, and value the grind, though. And then really, like, family is what it is. You know, it's not always smooth.
Yeah, it's not.
But
ain't nothing ever gonna be smooth.
You need that to fall back on. I mean, going to college and doing stuff, man. I know you gotta. Man, I gotta call home or somebody. I need that care package. Somebody gotta send something. You know,
my wife don't play, man.
That's I tell you, that's part of it. Great time, college. Get the numbers. Do what you do. Now, it's like, okay, let's make this move. I put my numbers up. I made the highlights. I'm on a couple top 10s, and as you know, like, end goal now is let me get to the league.
Yeah.
You put your name in the hat instantly, or what happened? Would you have to sit down and talk to people, or what was that process like? Because everybody's process to that part is different.
That part is different. I'm still trying to kind of put that on once. I entered draft my freshman year. My freshman year was the year where they enter, like, you can enter your draft. You just put your name
don't get 8, right? Okay.
You can just go through the whole process.
Right.
So when I did that my freshman year, it didn't go the way I wanted to because I didn't get that. I only had one workout after my freshman year, and I was with the Boston Celtics, and I think that was just more of a favor to anything. So it wasn't really like, oh no, he's going to come back to college anyway. Just give him a workout just because he's doing it.
Yeah.
But I took that serious. I'm like, nah, this is an NBA workout. I'm gonna take it serious.
Should.
So shocking move because I don't know how I was gonna go. You know, I'm playing against other pretty much top other players. I went to like Louisville and Cal and Kentucky and all this whatever. So I'm like, I'm a Oakland kid from Nevada. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put on for I put on. So it was a cool process. But I mean, my hat was already in it though. Like after my sophomore year, I kind of got in a little bit of a falling out with my coach. You know, and that kind of threw another wrench because around that time I had my son too as well.
Right.
So I'm like, I was about to quit. I was really about to quit when I found out I was having a son. You know, just because I want to be a father first. You know, I'm gonna be a father and get a job and just be that father figure. I'm gonna be in my child's life regardless. I feel like basketball is gonna take me away from that, and I didn't want to do that. But she told me like, nah, you about to play basketball. I got this. Don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like you're going to hoop and we're going to get it done. You know, so. But I think at that time too, I was looking kind of for a wing to kind of pull me in too, because I was struggling like how to be a basketball player and a great father. Time, you know, but I feel great what I'm doing right now. It's my basketball career. So I feel like that wing just didn't get extended for me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, well, you know what? I'm not gonna be here. It's not gonna be extended. So I entered the draft and ended up moving to LA. Probably like a couple weeks out there. Milwaukee, probably. Then just kind of moving the process from there, man.
That's what's up. So go through the process. I know those camps are crazy. They're demanding. It's time restraints, but then no contract initially.
No. Nope. I'm working probably like 16.
Yeah, Evan George, he said he went through like the same, like.
Yeah, I had like 16 workouts.
Back to back.
I had a workout, I pulled my back out. I ain't never done that ever in my life.
Crazy.
I was out the girls with Brooklyn Nets, pulled my back out, and I was like, what kind of pain is this? Like, I ain't never felt a pain like this before. So, but I was just like, my agent even told me at the time, he was like, this like your 15th workout. So I'm like, yeah, let me chill out, bro. Like, let me chill. But at the same time, I still want to put my name out there. Right. Every team need to know who I am. But yeah, man. After that process, I thought I was going to get picked up. I really almost to the point where it was like 52 Warriors. So that's like all this stuff that's kind of happening for me right now. It's happening in reverse. Yeah. Like it's crazy how life is in a full circle right now for me. But it was 50-50 between me and another player for the Warriors, and they ended up choosing another player. And after that, I don't want to be there no more. And mind you, I'm at the draft, so I flew to New York with my wife, my son, and her brother, his girl came, and my cousins. They came. Two of my cousins came. So I'm at the draft. We ready. You know what I'm saying? It's a special moment. Yeah. So for my name out to get called, and for the Warrior situation to happen, 'cause I was like the 33rd pick. For that not to happen, I was already kind of devastated. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to be here no more. Like, I was about to go to my hometown. And now I can't even happen because of somebody else. Yeah. Like, oh no, I'm good. I don't want to be here. That's so then close. After that process, my agent's like, well, let's still stay alive. You know what I'm saying? It was one little draft pick. Boston had. I'm like, Boston about to pick me up. I had one workout with them. I'm like, there's no. About to pick me up a little bit. I had with them. But after that, my agent pulled me to the side. Like, oh yeah, we finna go undrafted. But this doesn't stop you. When he said undrafted to me, my whole world shut down. Am I lying? I didn't want to hear nobody.
That's
I didn't want to talk to nobody.
3, 4, like.
I didn't want to talk to nobody, man. I just sat there and just cried the whole time. And I got teams still calling me, like, who called me first? Dallas called me, and they was like, we're gonna offer you this. I'm like, no, I don't want it. Like, I don't want to take no money. I don't want to take a position. I don't want to take. I don't want it no more because I feel like. But nobody about it. Nobody's want to pick me up. But at the same time, I think about it like too. Like, Cam, it's a lot you got to work on too, bro. You know, it's a lot of mental things you got to work on. Consistency you got to work on. You got to really be a pro in this. You know what I'm saying? We want to invest $1 million in you. You got to play like you worth $1 million. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So now you can't just be no $100 type of person. Man, like you got to be play like $1 million man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I had to learn that the hard way though, because nobody in my life, in my position, never been here. Right. Never been to the NBA. Never been even inside of this arena. So I had to learn that. I'm at the age of 20, 21?
Still young.
Super young. And mind you, I got a kid at the time too. So it's like, okay, well, now I'm not worth nothing. I feel like I'm not worth nothing. My body's not worth nothing. Well, all the things I did in Nevada wasn't worth nothing. All the things I did at Grant, nothing. It's worth nothing because I had to get picked up. And this is my dream to do so. You know what I'm saying? But Houston called me right after that and talked to Mike D'Antoni. I was talking to Daryl Murray. We're on the phone. They're on the phone, speakerphone, just like how we do right now. Yeah. They're like, Cam, we're going to offer you this. I'm like, nah. And Tony on the phone, he's like, "You don't want no money? Like, what are you talking about?"
This is
like,
crazy. I mean, I wouldn't know anyway, but this is like,
yeah. I'm like, nah, I'm good. He's like, are you all right? I'm like, I'm just devastated right now. I don't want to talk to none of you right now because you had draft picks and you didn't pick me up. So why are you calling me? You know, I'm like, so.
The business side of it, though, right? Not knowing what the business side looks like.
Not knowing. This is me just being a 21-year-old kid. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like that this dream just got broken. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to talk to you. So it was like, man, like, you better accept this money. Almost at the point, like, accept this money, accept this position right now. And I accepted an hour before our flight the next day. Like an hour probably. Like, I was like, no, I'm going to take the Houston job. You know, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to take it. I'm going to be professional about it. Yeah. But probably like an hour before we took off, I took the
That's crazy. And we talked before we got on the show, right, about just informing the other kids' generations, right? And it's just so dope right now to be in this space because I hope somebody's listening. The man's giving you free game of how it really can go down, but also how to make smart decisions or evaluate situations because they may not come around the second. You just said you didn't have it. Now you give it to somebody else. Man, so somebody should pick. They definitely got to pick it up because you've been there. Yeah. You've been there. You're still doing it, man. That's crazy. So you get to H-Town, go through that process. to put on the jersey, to come from Oakland, Grant, you know what I mean, ACL injuries, schools, all that, man, to put on the NBA jersey, bro. What did you do initially?
Sent the picture to her.
Facts.
First thing I did was
she said, "You going to college? You're going to play ball?"
Yeah, sent the picture to her.
That
was literally the first thing I did. It was still hanging up in my locker. I instantly sent it to her. This is crazy. This is the way I'm seeing an NBA jersey in my name right now, and with my number though. Like it wasn't like, oh, this is a number we're gonna give you. Like, no, I chose this number.
Okay.
Y'all rocking with me, like, and this is it. Like, and the first thing I sent her was the picture. I'm like, yo, this is really for real. Like, I sat in my locker room and cried. I cried after PJ Tucker. And he was looking at me like, you all right, young fella? I'm like, man, you don't know what this is
your
right
journey,
now,
right?
bro. Like, he was like, embrace it, though. Like, he told me embrace it. He said, just embrace this feeling. He said, but you here now, you got to work.
That's
like, that's all that matters. But the first thing I did when I put my everything went in the bathroom. I'm like, oh yeah, this is real. This is real. You know what I'm saying? It fit my size. It's over my shoulders. I'm like, oh yeah, this is real.
Yeah, shout out to PJ, man, because he's a German, right? But y'all got similar stories, but
my locker was next to his.
But that's dope, man. That's hella dope. But for you, man, that's definitely one off that list, man. You work for
sure.
And I know you got 1,000 million stories about all that going on, but just. Again, to get there on the stage and then play in different cities, whatever. But also, I want to talk to the Australians. Yeah, I watched this highlight reel a couple of times, bro. Like, I watched the big highlight, but also, people, y'all gotta Google this stuff or look on my Instagram, and I'm gonna hopefully put some on YouTube. The clips that the gentleman, even the NBA though. Just let me. How does it make you feel to just body somebody consistently though and put him in the basket? Because man, you have some of the nastiest dunks, not just like on the local level, bro. Not just your dunks are top 10 winners in the NBA, in the Australian league, like, but in the country though, bro. But the power, the all these big plays like that get you more outside your element, like out of body when it happens.
Yeah, it does. Honestly, I mean, when it happens, I don't even really notice what I just did. Personally, like, I really don't. After I'm done watching the game, or she showed me, or she tell me, or whatever, or somebody would send it to me, or what, like, or my bro would tell me, was like, bro, you know, bruh, like that was crazy. That was crazy. But I always kind of, what's funny with me when I play basketball, I won't say it's funny, but I think it's kind of almost like a gift almost. I kind of see the play happen before it happens. You know, right there, it's coming to me, and if I get it, it's about to be some crazy stuff. So I ended up gelling really well with my two other imports that was out there in Australia with Scott Machado and DJ Newbill.
Yeah.
Those are my brothers to this day, man. I still consider my family. And we just gelled right away. We was awesome, hungry dudes. You know what I'm saying? Scott played in the league. He's still trying to find his home. I feel like he found his home right now where we just played at recently in Cairns. But we all just gelled together, man. We was all hungry to something happened. Before it was horrible the previous year. They were like dead last. They won like 3 games.
I saw that. Yeah.
So we was like, and we seen how the city supported them. I'm like, why are y'all bad? Like
the crowd is crazy.
The crowd's crazy,
rocking in there.
Crazy. Like we're a community based team. So the whole community, the whole city, literally. Like, after they get off work, we're going straight to a Taipans game. You know, like, we're going straight there. So to see the support and how they kind of was through it thick and thin, we was all, no, we're going to come here and win, though. You know, like, we're going to win games. We're going to show out, and we're going to have fun. You know, and that's exactly what we did, man. And out there to make you know, and to even do those type of plays, man. Like I said, I want to make sure if I have 2 points or if I have 30,
impactful.
It's about to be impactful. Like, you gonna know, like, oh, he did some crazy stuff to get that 30, or he did some crazy stuff to get that 2, or that 4, or whatever. But to go out there and put some dudes in the rim, man, and to not even put dudes in the rim, but just to even elevate my game to a whole different level, to shoot even better, to dribble the ball more, to face ups, to attacking people, and know my weaknesses as well too. Right. It just excelled in the right way.
Yeah,
it was perfect for me.
3 levels, right?
Yeah,
from the top 3-point line to the mid range, you can shoot that in the paint. You know what's going down.
Yeah.
But that's the evolution of the game, the work. Pro,
yes,
being
sir.
A pro, right? Pro, you got to stay with it.
Yeah,
man.
shout out to my agent probably watching. I'm not sure if he is, but shout out to Daniel Motivin.
That's what's up.
He the one. He's Australian. He's Sydney based. He'll let you know loud and proud. He's from Sydney.
Dope.
he opened that door for me to go to Australia, and
Hey,
shoot, we on a cracking now.
That's what's up. So just got back in town for some leagues. On that blows this summer. Have fun with it. I mean, I'm watching just the games. Again, of course, I'm always supporting local, but I'm watching just in general, man. Just watch a lot of you guys from the area. Always, DP, always, man. Shouts to DP, good dude, man. Hella respectful, man. Good dude, still grinding. How was the summer league vibe this year, man? Because that gym had a little more. It was a little different this year, just because of different things, right? Different teams. The Kings was popping. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ball was in there, but the whole environment of summer league was a little different this year. I saw personally a lot of hungry young men out there trying to prove themselves.
Exactly
it was dog eat dog.
Exactly. I knew even coming into the summer league was already a different vibe, just because we didn't have one last year,
right?
So I just knew everybody's excited to see this, and I knew how to. This is like my third summer league, so I knew how it was going to go, and it was crazy, man. I'm 25 years old, and seeing these dudes is 18, 19.
You the
old head. I played with
Jonathan
Kaminga on my team.
Yep.
Bro, beast.
Yes.
He's 19, you know what I'm saying? And you can tell he had 19-year-old because he goof around at times or he have his little mental lapses or whatever. But I mean, when he walked in, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't just only from him. It was from even Moses Moody.
Right.
It was from all the other young players on the draft picks that was playing out there too. I'm like, yo, these dudes are some dogs, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they're younger than me, and I'm still trying to scratch the surface still now too. So and they already kind of solidifying, but they solidified for a reason though too. So because they wanted, they hungry for it, Right. But being there, it was a different vibe. But putting on the Warriors jersey, come on, man, that moment was just it was unbelievable. But like I said, like I was mentioning earlier, like everything kind of happened in reverse. Some I ended up 4 games with the Rockets. Then I had with the Rockets. So I'm like, I started with the Rockets and then leaving the Rockets. Then I wanted to be with the Warriors. Now I'm with the Warriors. Like it was all a crazy moment for me, man. And by the same time, like, all right, I got the jersey. Let's perform though. Let's do it. Let's get it. Like I'm not about to come out here and be nervous and be like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, because you in the NBA now. Like you get exposed real quick, bro. Yep. And real quick. And the way Twitter is now, people gonna put you on Twitter real quick. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna, oh yeah, look at bro, he getting exposed. It's over. He's a bum. You know what I'm saying? I perform, man. After 4 games with the Rockets, I did my thing.
Oh no, yeah,
yeah. So
couple highlights.
Sure, like, nah. But I think it was all God talking to me, man. And like I over this process too, I got in a real close relationship with God too, man. And I had lost my grandmother over this past last year too. So oh yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate it. But it was all happening in reverse for me, man. So I made sure if I have another opportunity, because God don't give you no second opportunities, man.
It don't come often.
It don't come often. So I made sure, like, I told everybody, like, no, if I get it back on this court, I feel comfortable after my game. I went to Australia. I played in Israel. I played in the G League and all that, whatever. So it's like, man, I matured in my game, and I know who I am now. So now I need to just work on this and that, whatever. Like, but I know who I am. So and when I came with, like, in the NBA, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's all about confidence. It's not if you got the skill set. If it's like, no, it's about confidence. If you confident in yourself, you gonna perform. You can rock with these dudes. You gonna perform. You can't be out there like, oh, well, playing against, you know what I'm saying? Or KD about to get this work. Anybody who's on the court in front of me, you know what I'm saying? Just because a person's a victim right now, he's trying to take your bread from your family.
Trying to eat.
You know what I'm saying? He's trying to eat too.
Yeah.
So and that's the type of moment I had, man, especially with the Rockets and playing with the Warriors. So I'm like, well, now I'm home. You know what I'm saying? I'm playing for my home team. I feel comfortable. It was a different type of vibe from being a fan and actually playing for them. That was like a shell shock for me as well. Like, okay, I see them all the time, watch them all the time, I'm a fan of the team, but actually playing with them, it's a whole different bar. That challenge. I had my struggles as well during the summer league, but I feel like as in all, what they wanted out of me, no, I excelled in that in a really, really well way.
Good. Nothing but the best for that, man. Continue to make that happen. So before we get out of here, man, I always ask my guests now, just triple threat, right? Basketball, pass, dribble, shoot the ball. But give me Cam's triple threat just in life in general. 3 things that you said you're going to stick by, hold your head by, whatever, that you can tell somebody listening, watching, or you would tell a younger Cam right now. So I'm going to give me your triple threat right now, man.
My first, my first is gonna be family. My family ain't comfortable. I ain't comfortable. So I'm gonna always put them first, and they're always gonna be first. You know, second is probably gonna be my grind, man. Don't quit. You know, but I'll say that in a more of a different perspective. Like, don't quit, but do it in the right way. You know, like don't just keep forcing yourself and bashing your body into so many obstacles until I'm going through it, but you're not going through it the right way. You know, like if you gonna keep going, keep grinding, man. Invest your time in what you gonna do, man. And you gonna get the results you want. Honestly, I feel like you are. As long as you put the work in, I learned that from Kobe too. You know, like if you sacrifice a lot to a game, man, they ain't got no choice but to give it right back to you. You know, so and my third one, I don't know, man. I feel that's my main two right there. Just my kids and my grind. You know, and this probably right now what I'm learning to as I'm growing, just the commitment, making commitments. You know, don't shy away from a commitment. Be smart with a commitment. If you committed into the year, won't give it 100, next time I'll give it a 50. You know what I'm saying? Stick to your commitments. See what you want to do, what you want to do. Like I'm saying, what you're doing right now with your podcast, and this is a commitment. It's something you want to do, and you rocking with it. Stay with it. Stick with it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody alter that dream for you. You know, and that's what I learned through the process of being from 14-year-old to 25 now. You know what I'm saying? So I learned how to go for a commitment, but going about your commitment the right way.
Right. Definitely, man. You heard it first from Cam Oliver, a.k.a. Space Cam, man. Just stay following the young man on his journey, man, because he's still been grinding. And it's for me, again, I coach against you. Anybody I come across, right, it's a pleasure to see basketball be used as a tool. But now for you to be able to provide for a family, but also show love to the cities that you lived in, people who support you. Like I said, I know some of our listening coaches, Denard and them, coach, your ex-teammates, I know they're listening. They're proud of you too, because I mean, even for me, I mean, shoot, I never coached you officially, but I feel like you represent everything that we stand for here, that we got going on. But also, I see you put in the work. Like it's documented, as they say. You stand right. You've been there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You've been there. You put your time in, so it's stamped. So only this and for the family. Congratulations here in the studio, chilling, laid back, and I definitely think it's a dope thing, man. And like I said, for me, it's just keep going, keep grinding. Like I said, keep it clutch, like the shirt say, man. Just keep going, man, because the sky's the limit, bro. Ain't no stopping now. And you guys heard it here first. I appreciate y'all for listening in. Again, Cam Oliver, man. Follow him on IG, whatever, a.k.a. Space Cam. You can, and again, check them highlights out. You won't be disappointed, man. You won't be disappointed. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a like, man. Leave some comments. Cam be able to read them. Better read the comment on the YouTube channel, man. This podcast, man. This is Coach J, 94 Feet with Coach JT. We out.
Appreciate it, man.
All love, man. Dope.
My boy.
Appreciate you, dog.
It's
yes, sir, man. Appreciate it, man. Definitely fire. Definitely fire, man. A lot of gems, like I said, bro. Blessing everybody with the info, man. You don't have to do it. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, it's all
when these
good,
kids
man.
in the area really take to heart what you say, bro. And
I think it's time for me to kind of start, I kept my story kind of secluded,
but, whenever you're ready, it's on your time, bro. I mean, I've been saying what I said, just you've gone through, you did stuff. Yeah, that's what makes it so authentic, right? Yeah. People like, we can do it. I have a conversation. I want to ask on-spot questions, so you kind of be like, think about it. But that's, hey, bro, like I said, whenever you're ready, you just keep doing it. But now, like I said, if you need stuff, especially when you come back off-season stuff in the community, man, because I do a lot of stuff. My sister and too, man. Let's link up. Let's do stuff in your community, wherever it is, bro, because I got resources.